welcome to today's On This Day in Tudor History. I'm Claire Ridgway. I'm the author of, if I can reach it, this book, On This Day in Tudor History, as well as a few others on Tudor history being my obsession. And I'm here every day of 2019 to bring you Tudor history events for each day, on this day events. Whether they're marriages, deaths, births, battles, executions, annulments, all sorts of things. So I'm looking forward to doing that with you. In fact, I've been doing it for nearly 6 months now. Now, on this day in Tudor history, the 7th of June 1520, so in the reign of King Henry VIII, that iconic Tudor figure, the famous Field of Cloth of Gold meeting began. This is a very, very famous event, famous for its lavishness, its display of wealth. Now, this historic meeting was between the 28-year-old King Henry VIII and the 25-year-old King Francis I of France. And the aim of this meeting was to solidify an alliance between the countries, the Treaty of London. Now, this treaty had been negotiated by Cardinal Thomas Wolsey and was also known as the Treaty of Universal Peace. It had been agreed between Henry and Francis back in October 1518. And it wasn't just for France and England, it was then ratified by Burgundy, the Holy Roman Empire, the Papal States, and the Netherlands. So that's why it's called Universal Peace. All of these countries were making this alliance. Now, the Field of Cloth of Gold meeting took place on some land between the English stronghold of Guines and the French town of Ardres. And it took its name, Field of Cloth of Gold, from the lavish tents of cloth of gold that were erected on the site, and the use of the fabric as well in the costumes worn by those attended. Now, it wasn't just a one-day event, it wasn't just a one-day meeting. It ran from the 7th of June 1520 until the 24th of June 1520. King Henry VIII was accompanied there by his first wife, Queen Catherine of Aragon, and around 5,000 English people travelled over there with the royal couple. Now, although the meeting was supposed to be, solidifying this treaty, and it was supposed to be political, about diplomacy, these two famous Renaissance princes used this opportunity to show off to each other. A case of, well, my court is more lavish than yours and I'm richer than you. These men were just showing off. Chronicler Edward Hall records what happened on the 7th of June. He writes, Thursday the 7th day of June, in the Vale of Ardres, within the Lordship Royal of Guines, before day was set, and pight a royal rich tent, all of cloth of gold, and rich embroidery of the King of England, and divers other halls and pavilions, the same rich tent of gold was within hanged of the richest arras, newly contrived and made, that ever before was seen, and a presence of the King's estate, with 2 chairs and rich cushions therein. The ground was spread with carpets of new Turkey making, all full of beauty. There was an over-the-top display of wealth and extravagance, which included a forest of exotic pavilions to house the English court, a wooden and canvas palace to act as the King's chamber, courtiers dressed in velvet, satin and cloth of gold, rich furnishings in the state apartments, 6,000 men employed in building the English quarters, and 2 wine fountains flowing with red wine. Then there was the programme of entertainment and events, which included jousting and fighting on foot, singing from the French and English choirs, banquets and dancing, wrestling, archery displays. This was a major event. Now, Henry VIII actually challenged Francis I to a wrestling match, but unfortunately he lost. King Francis I showed him up a bit. Oops. Now, I'll give you a link to watch a video from the Royal Armouries, which is a fantastic video. It's all about Henry VIII's foot combat armour that was made especially for the Field of Cloth of Gold tournament. So I'll put a link to that video in the description. I'll also give you a link to the painting of the Field of Cloth of Gold, which hangs at Hampton Court Palace, and which is a stunning painting and just gives you a very vivid depiction of this lavish display of tents, and it shows also Henry VIII on horseback, and it's just amazing, and it shows you just what it would have looked like. The British Library website also has images of the drawings thought to be the original designs for the Field of Cloth of Gold tents, so I'll give you a link to that so that you can just find out a bit more about this lavish display. Anyway, that's what happened on this day in Tudor history, the 7th of June 1520. The meeting, the Field of Cloth of Gold, began. It was its first day, this lavish display, this competition really between King Francis I of France and King Henry VIII of England. Now, I'll be back tomorrow with another On This Day in Tudor History event. Please do subscribe to the channel by just clicking around there, and you can hit the bell to be notified as new videos go live as well. And if you've enjoyed this video, then please give it a like, as that really does help with yes, it helps. Anyway, I will see you tomorrow. Take care. Bye-bye.